Quatermain Mansion shock. Drew outmaneuvers Michael as Ronnie defies Tracy. If the Quatermain Mansion is the family's beating heart, then what happened this week felt like cardiac arrest. The day begins with Ronnie making a seemingly straightforward decision: she's going to sell the house. Tracy Quatermain, never one to be sidelined in matters of legacy, immediately swoops in to engineer a tidy solution: sell to Michael and keep the estate under a branch of the family tree she can tolerate and, more importantly, influence. It's classic Tracy: decisive, strategic, and rooted in the belief that the Quatermain name must remain etched into those walls. But in a turn that rattles everyone present, Ronnie undercuts the plan with a calm revelation: she's already accepted an offer from someone else. That someone else isn't a corporate raider or an anonymous buyer with a taste for historic homes. It's Drew. And with one clean disclosure, the balance of power inside the Quatermain orbit lurches from predictable to volatile. The reveal lands like a thunderclap. Drew steps into the room with the papers and the poise of a man who knows he just changed the future. To Tracy, Olivia, and Ned, he confirms what Ronnie has already hinted: the purchase is complete, the ink is dry, the mansion is his. There's a moment, brief but unmistakable, when the room exhales the last breath of the old order. Monica's legacy, always the moral compass and sentimental center of any Quatermain decision, suddenly becomes the yardstick against which everyone measures themselves. Did Ronnie honor Monica's wishes, or did she take advantage of ambiguity in the name of leverage? Did Tracy prioritize the family's image over the actual spirit of Monica's trust in Ronnie? Did Drew act as a protector of heritage or a disruptor courting chaos for a larger goal? The questions pile up, and so do the grievances. What makes this twist so combustible is the emotional math behind it. Tracy thought she'd secured a respectful outcome, one that would keep the house effectively in the family, through Michael, a younger Quatermain who, on paper, represents continuity. But Ronnie's choice is laced with payback. After enduring Tracy's withering scolding for abandoning the responsibility Monica placed on her shoulders, Ronnie finds a form of revenge that cuts deeper than a retort. She lets the sale itself do the talking. The message is brutal: Ronnie isn't a figurehead. She's the gatekeeper Monica entrusted, and she'll exercise that authority even if it means embarrassing Tracy and upending the family's expectation of deference. The look on Tracy's face, fury spiked with genuine hurt, tells the story of a woman who believes she's defending Monica's honor while watching a decision she can't control reframe Monica's legacy without her consent. Drew's motivations are no less layered. He's not a newcomer to Quatermain clashes, and he doesn't wear the purchase like a trophy. Instead, he positions it as stewardship, the kind of move someone makes when he doesn't trust the family's internal politics to do right by the house Monica loved. It's easy to imagine Drew standing in that foyer, hearing the echo of decades of arguments, reconciliations, and holiday chaos, and deciding that preserving the soul of the place requires a firm hand unencumbered by Tracy's chessboard. To Ned, the business-minded historian of the clan, the implications are chillingly practical. The mansion is more than real estate, it's a living symbol for the Quatermain brand. If Drew controls the symbol, he controls the narrative. If Michael was supposed to be the compromise candidate, Drew just erased the compromise and dared the family to challenge him. Olivia, always the emotional broker, sees something else, a family fracture that will not heal itself. She feels the cold draft of a house that's about to get lonelier even as it fills with people staking claims. Michael, for his part, is forced to swallow a loss that stings in ways spreadsheets can't capture. He wasn't just poised to buy a house, he was set to inherit a mantle, caregiver of the family's public face, custodian of Monica's memory, the next in line to keep the dining room arguments confined to tradition rather than betrayal. Ronnie's pivot to Drew doesn't merely redirect the sale, it reassigns the responsibility Michael thought he was ready to shoulder. Expect subtle shifts from Michael in the days ahead, more guarded calculations, fewer assumptions about where loyalties lie, and a heightened sensitivity to the difference between being a Quartermain and being the Quartermain who decides. If he views Drew's move as a vote of no confidence in his leadership, the fallout could reverberate through boardrooms, backrooms, and breakfast tables. At the heart of Tracy's fury is a genuine, if uncompromising, devotion to Monica. She frames Ronnie's decision as dishonor, an act that stains the memory of a woman whose standards sustained this family through scandal after scandal. But here's the irony that will haunt Tracy later. Monica believed in empowering the people she trusted, even when it meant accepting outcomes she wouldn't have personally chosen. Ronnie was given responsibility precisely so the mansion wouldn't become a pawn in warring agendas. So when Tracy rages that Ronnie abandoned Monica's charge, Ronnie's quiet vengeance is to insist the opposite, that accepting Drew's offer is the truest expression of that charge because it prevents the house from becoming a political consolation prize. That argument may not soothe Tracy now, but it will complicate any attempt to paint Ronnie as merely spiteful. All of which sets the stage for conflict, family conflict, legal conflict, and the kind of moral conflict this clan is uniquely qualified to dramatize. There are immediate practical questions. What provisions did Monica attach to stewardship of the mansion? Did she leave any language about preserving the property for family occupancy or charitable use? Can Tracy mount a challenge based on intent rather than letter of the law? If Drew intends to keep the mansion as a Quartermain home, will he set terms that feel like inclusivity or control, curfews, boundaries, vetoes over who hosts what and when? Don't underestimate the power of symbolism here. The first dinner Drew hosts as owner will either be an olive branch or a declaration of sovereignty. The seating chart alone could tell you who has truly lost and who plans to fight another day. Ronnie, meanwhile, will pay a price for her assertiveness. Revenge rarely comes without interest, and Tracy collects debts with relentless precision. Expect Tracy to dig into the negotiating trail, emails, calls, texts, timelines, hunting for any hint that Ronnie acted in bad faith or was improperly influenced. Ronnie will counter with meticulous documentation and a principled defense. Monica trusted her, she followed process, and she chose the buyer who promised to protect the house from becoming a bargaining chip. If Drew publicly echoes that promise, Ronnie's position strengthens. If he wavers, if he so much as hints at repurposing rooms for corporate hospitality or locking down spaces that once hosted chaotic family brunches, Tracy will argue that Ronnie enabled a bait and switch and recruit allies who feel shut out of their own past. Ned and Olivia are the hinge on which this door swings. If Ned recognizes a chance to stabilize the family brand by mediating between Tracy's passion and Drew's prerogative, he could broker a détente, something like a heritage council that shares oversight of major decisions about the house, renovations, events, archival preservation. Olivia's voice matters just as much. She can translate the bruised feelings into concrete asks and give Drew a path to be magnanimous without appearing weak. But there's a darker path, too. If Ned chooses to weaponize Drew's purchase, say, by leveraging it in ELQ politics or using it as a pressure point against Tracy, then the mansion becomes a campaign headquarters for a Cold War in Kashmir. That's when old grudges wake up, and new betrayals right themselves. For fans, the hook is irresistible because it places Monica's legacy where it always belonged, at the center of the family's moral debate. Who truly honors her? The one who clings to tradition at any cost, the one who enforces boundaries to prevent misuse, or the one who, out of wounded pride, refuses to be sidelined? There's no easy answer, which is exactly why this story has legs. Every breakfast tray rolled into that kitchen, every portrait dusted in the hallway, every door opened to an unexpected guest will carry the weight of this choice. And as the dust settles, for now, one truth glows neon through the storm. Ronnie's sale to Drew is not an ending, it's an invitation to a new fight about what the Quartermaine mansion is, who it is for, and how the living honor the wishes of the dead. General Hospital spoilers promise the consequences will multiply from here. Expect bruised egos to harden into strategies, olive branches to bristle into thorns, and a house that has seen it all to bear witness to one more civil war between people who love each other, ferociously, imperfectly, and often at the top of their lungs. Stay tuned.